If you want to do something big for a little baby, this morning's show's for you. Find out what it's all about coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Carolina Cooling and Plumbing in Surfside Beach behind Dick's Pawn Shop and below the water tower. We're focused on the 2008 Horry County March for Babies coming up on April 26th. And we're visiting with Crystal Hummer, the Executive Director of the PD Division of the March of Dimes. I hope I got it right. Saturday, April 26th. I knew it was an April 24, but that's Bank Day.
That's Bank Day, yes.
Good, yeah, Bank Day. That's
Bank
right.
Day.
It will be a big day, I hope.
Yes, it is.
Bringing
we hope.
in big bucks, yeah.
We hope.
How exciting. Wachovia again stepping up to the plate for that.
Yes, they are.
That
They do a
Oak Street
wonderful
branch
job.
has been just kicking it year after year after year.
Yes, they
What a
have.
great location.
Yes.
You
Central
get excited?
location. I'm getting
we're
very
now, what,
excited.
5 weeks away.
5
Today's
weeks
Wednesday
away.
the 12th.
That's right. Yes.
A little nervous, Crystal?
A little,
Oh,
but
come
it's
on.
my first March for Babies, so
Yes.
but we're going to have a successful year, and it's going to be a great day. So I'm very excited. More excited than nervous.
More excited than nervous.
Yes.
No matter what, it'll
Yes,
turn out
yes,
great. And obviously, a lot of
exactly.
babies research towards finding a cure to
That's right.
both prematurity as well as some multiple birth defects.
That's correct.
Real quick about yourself, Crystal. Are you originally from the area?
No, I'm not. I'm originally from Sanford, North Carolina.
Oh, great. Good.
Yes,
You
yes.
still have family in Sanford?
I do. My mother and grandmother live in Sanford.
Do you get up there often?
Yes, I do.
Now, you live at the beach now, so they must
do.
come down here.
Yes. My grandmother's 93, so I visit her quite often in Sanford, but my mom likes to make her way down.
Yeah.
Her little mini vacations quite often.
Yes. How long is that drive from Sanford?
It's about 2.5 hours.
Not a bad drive
No,
at all.
no.
That's great. That's great. What got you into the March of Dimes, Crystal?
My background is in fundraising. I worked for First Health of the Carolinas in Pinehurst for about 5 years,
Good.
raising money for their hospital and hospice. And then I traveled around with my husband, supporting his job for a few years. And when I moved to the beach, I knew I wanted to get back into fundraising.
For nonprofits.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's very rewarding. And this opportunity came along. I'm glad it did.
Yeah, and the March of Dimes is similar to, of course, working in a hospital environment,
Yes,
and
it
that it
is.
clearly deals a lot with research
That's right.
and getting the word out of things related to health.
That's right. Yes.
Very important. Golly, in the March of Dimes, what a little bit about the March of Dimes for viewers who may not be familiar with what prompted the launch of the March of Dimes.
The March of Dimes was started in 1938 by President Roosevelt, who had polio. And in 1955, polio was eradicated.
Right.
And they started a new focus, and their focus was on babies. And for the past few years, it's been primarily on prematurity.
Prematurity.
But we also focus on birth defects and infant mortality.
Right.
All these are very important. Our main goal is to ensure that every baby is born healthy.
Oh, yeah. Well, birth defects and infant mortality must be a big problem, but is prematurity even a bigger problem? Is that something that the March of Dimes and your volunteers find to be even of a greater issue?
It is a huge problem. Nationally, 1 in 8 babies is born prematurely.
No.
And in South Carolina, that number's even higher, with 1 in 6 babies being born prematurely. So it is a huge problem. And we visited, myself and some of our volunteers visited Florence a few weeks ago and
Right.
toured the NICU, McLeod NICU. Unfortunately, you don't think about it, but they have a NICU that holds about 40 babies, and they had 16 babies, most of them premature, in the NICU, which was, the number was actually down. They average about 20. So it is a problem, and I think a lot of people do not realize it, but 1 in 6 babies, that's a lot.
I thought you were going to say there was a waiting list of 16 and the 40 are full,
No,
so at least it's not full. At least they're not.
but we don't want any babies.
No,
and when you
of
go
course
in
not,
and
absolutely.
you see, babies weighing, born 15 weeks early, weighing a pound and a half, it's a big problem.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Golly, so oftentimes, and over the years, we've had guests in from the March of Dimes who would highlight, and props are oftentimes a viable one. Just last Wednesday, I know you all had a team captains luncheon to
Yes, we
thank many
did.
of the team captains, get them juiced, and of course they were handing out some cards that had a paperclip on them.
Yes.
And I'm sorry I didn't bring my paperclip with me, but that idea of a paperclip being the size of a foot,
That's right.
oftentimes of premature babies, that's a
right.
powerful.
It's very powerful.
I'm sorry again, I didn't bring that because it's critical to think
Mm-hmm.
about just examples just like that, or something you put in your hair, a little headband that
That's
I use for
right.
my daughter, a tiny one, a squingy. What are they
Mhm.
called? Yeah.
Right. A scrunchie.
Scrunchy. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, your hair is short enough. You don't need one, but a
No.
scrunchie being the size oftentimes
right.
of a waist,
That's right.
or even tighter than that. So there's clearly some great ways to make sure that folks can imagine in their heads of premature babies. But
That's right.
You've seen the effects of that in dealing with families recently. You all have ambassador families.
We do. For our upcoming event, we have two great ambassador families. The Chisholm family, Kiani Chisholm, had a baby boy. He's a little over 1 now. He was born weighing 1 pound 14 ounces. And then we also have another family, the Hogue family, and they have a daughter who's 2 years old.
Right.
And Caroline was born with a birth defect. And they are doing a great job for us getting out and telling the story. We need for people to hear it.
Caroline and her mother and father were at last Wednesday's luncheon.
Yes, they were.
It was great hearing them tell their testimony.
Yes.
And it really is important to have ambassador families.
is.
Is that something the March of Dimes has been doing year after year?
Yes, we try to have an ambassador family for all of our events. So it's an opportunity for people who attend the event they need to know why they're participating and why we're doing this. So it does make more of an impact when they can hear it and they can actually see someone who has really been affected by the work that we're doing.
Right. Last year's Horry County Walk, the first year at, I believe, Coastal Carolina University.
Yes.
Did y'all felt good about that, being out at Coastal?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was not here then, but I understand it was a wonderful event. There were over 2,000 people in attendance, including volunteers and participants.
Right.
Coastal Carolina, I had heard, did an amazing job helping set up, and now that I've experienced it firsthand, I haven't experienced the event day, but just meeting with them, it is amazing the work that they're doing to help us and on their time. I mean, that's their Saturday that they're giving up to help us. So we're quite appreciative and just letting us use their venue. It's a beautiful campus.
Very definitely. Crystal, speaking of time, if a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, is there a good phone number for someone to call? And do you all have a website for folks to learn about the Horry County Walk or even about the March of Dimes in general?
Yes. The phone number for the local March of Dimes office is 488-3463.
Okay.
And the website is marchforbabies.org.
Marchforbabies.org.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Well, I've seen a lot of folks go at times to marchofdimes.com or .org, and there's even a Spanish Nacer
Yes.
Sisano, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
But marchforbabies.org.
Yes.
That's great. And can folks do some fundraising online, Crystal?
Absolutely. If someone's interested in getting a team together, and a team can be one person, it can be a family team or a corporate team, all they need to do is go to that website, marchforbabies.org,
Right.
and register, and it's very easy to maneuver your way around the website. So we encourage folks to do that, and then once I find out that they're registered and I get a report,
Right.
I will contact them to see if they need additional fundraising materials. But their fundraising can be done from the website. They
Is
can
that
do
right?
online fundraising, yes.
Right.
And we've had great success with that. Participants tend to raise 3 times more money with online fundraising.
Is that right?
That's correct,
Wow.
yes.
How easy is that? Let's say we wanted to set up a Myrtle Beach Herald team. How would we go about that? We pick somebody who's the administrator, let's say, or how would that be done?
They would just go in, register your team online.
Right.
So the team has a web page, and then each individual team member can go on under that team and register.
Okay.
So they have their own personal web page. So if they want to download pictures, baby pictures, they can customize it the way that they want.
Their individual page.
Their individual
Wow,
page.
great.
And there's a letter already set up in on their team page or their individual page that can be sent to people that they want to ask to support them.
That's great.
And the letter, it's a template, but it can be changed to personalize the way they want it to be personalized.
That is wonderful.
So it's very easy to use. You put your email addresses in of the people that you want to send it to.
Right.
And if they want to donate, they just hit a button and...
And it's very secure.
Yes, it is very secure.
Very secure.
Yes.
If I was
Yes.
to put in my credit card information or any Herald folks who work at the Herald. Now, can we... Who all is limited to being on a team? Can it be anyone on a team?
Anyone can, like I said, a team can be one person. A family team can consist of 2 or 3 people, or you could have a business or corporate team.
Great.
There's no number that, it's not limited to a certain number of people.
And so if our team was, let's say, again, they're Myrtle Beach Herald or AVX or Jackson Companies, you'd go to marchforbabies.org and then search for
Well, you
Jackson
would click
Companies
register, yes, and then once I find out that you're going to be a team,
Right.
our state office will go ahead and put you in, so you can scroll through and find your team name.
Great.
If you're not a team that is called to let us know that you're going to participate, you can register and just put in your team name.
Okay, good. How exciting, Crystal.
It's
very
very
easy.
exciting,
And a lot
yes.
of folks are using the online method.
Yes,
for,
they
as
are.
you said, 3 times. They're able to
3
generate
times.
3 times the
That's
dollar.
right. If you ask for someone for a donation in person, chances are they may pull out the money that they have in their pocket, which could be $1, $5, or $20. But if
Right.
someone's making an online donation, they're going to use their debit card or credit card most of the time, and they're going to make a bigger payment.
Oh, yeah.
And also, they don't have to use their debit or credit card. If they don't feel comfortable doing that,
Right.
they can just put that they're going to make a donation and that they will mail in the check.
Good.
So
good,
it lets
good.
the team member know that they will be sending a check
And
to
in that
supporting their
instance, is it
efforts.
just as easy to mail it to y'all's Laurel Street address, or do they mail it to the team itself? Does it depend?
It's up to them. Usually
Okay.
it would be sent to the team member,
Good,
and that
okay.
information will be on their
Team
personal page.
Bring all the money in at one time.
That's right.
Bank days or
Bank days,
otherwise.
yes.
How exciting, Crystal.
It is exciting.
That is a big deal. Well, I should have asked you to bring the T-shirt that you showed last Wednesday at the big team luncheons kickoff, at that kickoff lunch, because you've got a gorgeous T-shirt, and I think it was highlighted there that the team members would need to raise a minimum of $150 to be able to
That's
get
correct.
one of the T-shirts.
That's correct, and it is a great T-shirt. I think it's the first year that there's actually been a baby on the T-shirt, which is great since it is March for Babies.
Absolutely.
But you do have to raise a minimum of $150 to get a T-shirt,
Sure.
and that's not hard to do. It's
No.
really not.
Yeah, how would I go about raising $150? What are some typical ways when you say that's not hard to do? I mean, what are some of the easy ways to raise $150?
Well, obviously, we've already talked about online fundraising.
Right, sure.
We also have participant envelopes, so if anyone's interested, I can mail those or drop those off to you.
Good.
And that's just where you would do face-to-face solicitation.
Oh, yeah.
We also have a lot of our teams, businesses, corporate teams, they like to come up with their own fundraising ideas, whether
Right.
it's sell candles, cutouts.
sale.
We offer cutouts like
Right.
they're new this year, but I know most people have seen the booties. They've been
No.
around for a long time,
Yeah.
the little booty cutouts that you see in the banks.
Right.
We don't have the booties anymore. Like I
Oh,
said, we
no.
have new cutouts, but a lot of the teams like to sell those for $1. And
Right.
um,
Bake sales are popular.
bake sales are popular.
Car wash.
Car washes. The schools love to do change
Oh,
days.
good. Yeah. Tell us about that.
Pennies for preemies.
Right.
We have great involvement with our schools in Horry County. Last year, our schools raised over $120,000 in this county. Absolutely.
120 of the 320 total.
That's right.
My
That's
Lord.
right. Yes.
That's
So
tremendous.
it's wonderful, and we have got great participation this year. They're very competitive. The schools love to compete against each other, so it's
Right.
friendly competition. And the children, I think, really understand the mission. There are a lot of great organizations in the community raising money, but I
Right.
think that for children, they really understand saving babies
Oh, yeah.
and really rally around it. And so the
Gotcha.
schools do a great job.
Yeah, it's a very dedicated volunteers in the
Very
school system.
dedicated, yes.
Some folks that have been doing it year after year. Last year we filmed a whole week leading up to what was then Walk America, now
Mm-hmm.
the March for Babies. We'll talk about that in a second, how you all determined making that change there, the name change, but some tremendous guests, and one of them from Forest Brook Elementary, I think they one of the top schools, if not the top in the state.
They were the top in the state.
Right.
And
Another
number
bucket,
5 in
yeah.
the nation.
Oh, come on. Number
Yes.
5 in the nation.
In the nation.
Wow.
Yes. So, yes,
That's-
they raised
are
over
they trying to
$40,000 for us last year.
Beat that this year?
Well, yes, we hope so.
Yeah.
That's their goal.
You've got some new schools involved as well this year.
Yes, we do have some new schools involved, which we're very, very excited about. And we hope to continue to add to that because
Yeah, you can get more schools.
absolutely, if
Okay.
there are schools that are interested in participating,
Right.
they can just contact the office or, as I said, go online and register.
Great.
I will be glad to come out and talk to someone, drop off the materials that they need. It's very easy.
843-488-DIME, D-I-M-E.
That's right.
And that phone number be applicable for what counties? The PD division serves, is it just Horry?
No, it's not. It's also Georgetown, Dillon, Lake City. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought.
No, that's
Marlboro,
fine,
Marion County.
Okay, good. And all those communities have walks.
Yes, they do. The spring walks right now include Horry County, Georgetown, Dillon, and Lake City.
Wow.
So that number is applicable to all of those.
Yes.
And we do have someone in our office who's handling all of those counties.
So for our viewers in Lake City, Georgetown, and Dillon, if they're interested in the upcoming, they'd still call the same 843-488-DIME.
That's correct.
488-3, I had a mental block real quick.
843-488-3463.
3463,
Yes.
that's right, 3463.
Yes.
I've said it so many times, but I love that 488-DIME.
I do too. Easy to remember.
Easy to remember, 488-3463. And you really want folks to call, and even if you're not there, if they
Yes.
called right now at 7 a.m., someone may not be there, but you can leave a message.
That's correct.
Very
And we
responsive.
will definitely get back to them quickly. And we welcome new teams, and we want new teams. So
Good,
we have a
good.
hefty goal in all of our counties.
Yeah, what's the goal here at, let's say, the Horry County Walks, and
Mm-hmm.
since we're focused on Crystal, is what?
365,000 this
come
year.
on,
Yes.
365,000. Is that a gross goal? That's a net goal.
That's a gross goal.
Yeah, gross goal. Okay, that is tremendous.
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
Yes.
But obviously, a lot of dollars are needed to raise funds for research. How do the dollars get passed out? Do they go to a state repository and then out to a national, or does it go to a national office and is spread back to the states? Where do the research dollars go?
It goes to the state office,
good.
and then it's distributed.
Right.
A certain amount of money goes to national research,
Right.
but a large amount of the money stays in our state.
Good.
An example of that is this past year, we handed out over $630,000 in community grants. And a good example of that is the Family Outreach of Horry County received a grant. So the money does come back to the community, and that grant money is used to educate and raise awareness in the African American community
Right.
for sudden infant death syndrome. So it is used locally.
Good.
And we also distribute literature and educational pieces to the physician's office and hospitals around here. So a lot of the money comes back to the communities.
Yes, this is the first year. I think last year it seems like there were 2 walks in Horry County, 2 separate walks. This is the first year. Those 2 walks, I believe, are now under one umbrella.
That's correct. Last year we had a Loris walk, and we have for many years.
Right.
And we've decided this year to combine the 2 walks. So we're very, very excited to have
yeah.
Loris as part of the Horry County walk.
Absolutely. I saw Laura's Healthcare Systems, Laura's Community Hospitals, very involved.
Yes,
and was a
they
big
are.
sponsor this year.
As well as Carolina Dental Care, which is in Loris.
Great.
One of our corporate sponsors.
And HCC had been a big supporter there in Loris
Yes.
for the Loris Walk. I
That's
saw they
correct.
come in, it looks like, as a good sponsor. Share with viewers about some of the other sponsors this year, Crystal. Who are some of the local sponsors?
Our presenting sponsor is Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Of South Carolina. Great.
Yes, that's
right.
correct.
Good.
We also have Grand Strand Golf Tour, Bank of America, and Wachovia. Those are all of our corporate sponsors, but we do have other local sponsors as well, which we're very proud of all of them.
Absolutely,
And
yes.
we depend heavily on our sponsors. So
Grand Strand Golf Tour.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're new
great.
to us this year, so we're very excited to have
Praise
them
the
on
Lord,
board.
that is wonderful to get new sponsors. Always, sponsorship can be such a wonderful thing. Obviously,
it
they
can.
And Blue Cross Blue Shield, really steps up to the plate.
They do. We're thankful for
They've
them.
got a great presence, and you've got even one of the local, Jeff Littlefield, I believe, on your local board.
Yes, that's correct.
Which is wonderful, and
Yes.
some other dedicated volunteers from Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Absolutely.
That is great. You know, as you think about everything that has to happen between now and April 26th or even April 24th, Bank Day, what are some of the biggest things for you right now taking most of your time, Crystal?
Well, I've been out in the community meeting with all of my teams, planning, talking with them, offering fundraising ideas. How can we increase their amounts raised from previous years?
Right.
You know, we do have a goal of $365,000, and we have to, we have to know how we're going to reach that goal. So I have been meeting with the teams,
Right.
and as I said, planning, coming up with new fundraising ideas. That's really what's consuming my time right now, and I've met a lot of wonderful people. We have a lot of wonderful people participating in businesses, but as I said, we welcome new ones, and it's very important.
And if folks want some of the potential benefits for sponsors, or folks' reasons they would get involved, would you still take sponsors at this length?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good. Great. And there's still a lot of benefits for them, tremendous
Yes.
opportunities to
Yes.
get involved
Yes.
and be out there. And some of the reasons folks would possibly want to sponsor, if they're, let's say, businesses here in Surfside Beach, what are some of the reasons they'd want to sponsor?
Well, obviously, just to show their support of a great cause.
Right.
It does make a difference in the community when customers know that the businesses that they're working with are supporting great causes.
Yes.
There are also naming opportunities, their
Yeah.
names on newsletters
Right.
that go out, on letters that go out, their logos.
Good,
There's just a lot of opportunity for name recognition.
They can call 488-3463 and ask for Crystal Hummer, or
Yes.
even Colleen Shanley for some of
Yes.
the other areas in our viewing
That's
area.
correct.
Good, good, good. There, for years, it had been known as Walk America. What prompted the change to March for Babies, Crystal?
Nationally, the March of Dimes looked at, what do we need to do for people to understand who we are and recognize us and our mission. So actually, we looked at changing the name of March of Dimes, but there was just way too much invested in that name. So they looked at the signature event, what can we do to make people identify with us more and understand that our mission is to help all babies.
Right.
So we felt like changing the name of the signature event from Walk America to March for Babies made sense.
Yes,
And I do believe that when people hear March for Babies, they'll definitely know that it belongs to the March of Dimes.
That's great. Good point. You also have another signature event here in the area, I believe.
Yes,
here
we
locally.
do.
Or a couple of them.
Yes, we do. We have the Community Servant Award, which is a breakfast event that is scheduled for September the 3rd this year
Okay.
at the Crown Reef Resort Conference Center.
Right.
We also have our Signature Chef's Auction,
Yes,
which
yes.
is at the Sheraton Convention Center, and that's scheduled for November the 3rd.
And Johnny Dangerfield, Johnny Suzuki's a huge sponsor
Yes,
of that,
he
which is
is.
gigantic.
Yes,
I love
he
to
is.
see
We're very
local
excited.
businesses step up to the plate, particularly at that level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and all of that TV exposure that he's going to get with Rigby Wilson and the folks at Fox
That's
TV
right.
here at this station.
Yes.
And hopefully a lot of other stations will step up
Yes.
to promote him and his tremendous sponsorship there. That is wonderful. We think about, obviously, a lot that has to happen leading up to the event, but there is an actual event day.
Yes.
Share with viewers, we just got a couple of minutes, Crystal, some of the things that will be occurring that day, the day of the event, and if they were wanted to come out for the first time, if this was their first March, what are they going to be seeing that day out at Coastal Carolina University?
Well, that morning, registration will begin at 9 o'clock, and the event actually starts at 10.
Right.
It's a 3-mile walk through the campus of Coastal Carolina University, and it is a beautiful campus. I've been on I've taken
The walk.
the walk, yes. I was actually on a golf cart, but I took the walk, and it is a beautiful walk.
I took the walk on a golf cart. I've never heard that. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah, go.
We also have food all of our food is donated.
Right.
Bilo came in for us in a huge way this year. They're one of our sponsors.
Great.
Donated all the food. The Shriners cook. There's lots of food. The Coastal Carolina Pet Band. It's just a day of fun for the entire family. Coach Bennett is hosting a punt, pass, and kick contest for the children,
Right.
which I think was very popular last year, so we are doing that again this year.
Great.
So it's a very fun and exciting day, but most of all, it's a day to celebrate babies and celebrate our achievement of raising $365,000,
Absolutely.
which I know
Hopefully
we'll do.
400,000. That's right.
That's right.
That is great. You mentioned Coach David Bennett, who's the honorary chairman.
Yes, he is.
We've got to mention Ryan Swaim, your tremendous chairman this year, back-to-back years after that very successful year last year.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Yes, they're both
Crystal.
wonderful, and we appreciate all that they do for our organization and for babies.
Look forward to seeing you at Wachovia on April 24th and the big dollars that day, and then again on the 26th. Thanks so much for getting in this morning.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Crystal Hummer, the Executive Director of the PD Division of the March of Dimes. Coming up next. You know, you heard Crystal say it. It is so easy to start a team, invite some family, invite some friends, invite some coworkers. Go online to marchforbabies.org. Pick up the phone, dial 488-3463. Say, I want to set up a team. You heard her say it, a team of one or a team of 1,000. But why? Because babies need your help. Babies need your help. Babies, their mothers, their fathers, the whole family, all of us need your help on this. Look at this shot. Look at this paper clip. We're thinking about that. The foot, the same size, the foot of a premature baby, the size of this paper clip. This isn't a big paper clip, a small one. The size of a baby's foot. Take the time to pick up the phone, 843-488-3463. Don't forget the date, Saturday, April 26th. Registration's at 9. Walk kicks off at 10. You can be out there that day. Coastal Carolina University. Get out. Help these babies. They need your help. Crystal, thanks so much for being with us this morning.